Hey, Couch Army, welcome back to Rewind and Respawn. I am Captain, and I'm here with Los.
Yeah, I'm here too. We're going to be talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And what's
theories and
speculations, more or less about basically what's coming up, which is Marvel's Doomsday. That's going to be their next gigantic, biggest crossover event.
That we hope.
It's definitely going to be a crossover event, I think.
Well, no, I'm hoping it's the next biggest.
Well, they do have Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's actually coming out next year, 1st July.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's much better. You didn't tell me to click on it.
Well, we're switching.
I'm supposed to be the clicker.
Yeah, our director is taking a break. He got some sort of thing called COVID or something. I don't know.
No, don't say that. The director so up there.
So please don't edit a mustache on me.
Yeah, literally. That's
going to do something to me.
And yes, we're semi-reading stuff on the side.
Yeah,
it's not a script. It's more of a guidance because, as you have seen on the last episode, we don't have guidance.
It's kind of all over the place, but we're learning as we go. And mainly the whole reason is because I've been bothering Los so much for me trying to tell him my super ultimate theory about Doomsday. I think it ties everything together. Yes. You just need to literally hear it. And I know it's going to be kind of all over the place, but hopefully I structured it enough to kind of help understand it, I guess. But we'll see when we get there.
I've been waiting for this for a year. And yes, he still hasn't told me about it because he wants me to get a true reaction to whatever it is that he's thinking about. Even though I'm somewhat savvy on the Marvel Universe, I'm not super crazy about the lore behind it. So there might be things that you say I don't understand.
Well, most of it actually is part of the MCU videos.
So it's movie-like?
It is very movie stuff.
Because I know Marvel goes deep in different branches for different people, and then it gets really crazy.
I mean, here's the crazy part. I mean, it's Marvel, MCU, and now that they introduced the multiverse, they can basically do whatever they want with anyone they want. They can rewrite the entire change of history with somebody's character, and it doesn't always have to necessarily follow the comics itself. Now, I know they take a lot of inspiration from the comics, but obviously, if that happened, we would know the endings of every story. Anyways, let's talk about a little bit of when we're going to see our first looks, because they did finish wrapping of Doomsday up. We saw a picture from Marvel with Kevin Feige. He released and he always does this. He releases like an image with like a lot of Easter eggs and kind of hint speculation to kind of see. I know there's a lot of people who do a lot of speculation and theories about those. We're not going to dive into that. But we're just going to talk about the fact that it's done wrapping and the fact that we got news, and you can see it on our Twitter. We reposted that it may or may not show up in Avatar, Fire and Ash.
Oh, it's been confirmed.
It's been confirmed?
Yes.
Okay, so we're definitely going to watch that, and we're definitely going to do a huge breakdown on that. And
yeah, there was a big debate, I think literally today, that they were speculating if it does come out on Ash and Fire for Avatar, how are they going to do it? Because the thing about it is, are they going to be releasing the trailer online?
Oh, yeah.
The day that movie comes out? Or are they doing it to where you need to go to the movie theaters to watch Avatar in order to experience the trailer, and then a few days later they'll release it online?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Right? That's why I texted you saying we're going to watch Ash and Fire to make sure.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely be there.
I want to film a reaction though. We should probably like sneak our camera and just kind of do a reaction. We're not going to like show the footage, but we will show our faces reacting to it.
But yeah, what we could do is not break any laws. You see this right here? The funny thing is, like, yes, we can record ourselves, and then when the trailer comes out, the director will put it somewhere here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
You know?
Yeah, no, we're not going to release it like right then and there. But anyways, the whole point is it's coming very quick. We're in November. Fire and Ash releases in December.
Yeah, I think halfway to December, so it's not even that big of a wait either.
Can you imagine it's like a marketing thing to get people into watch Fire and Ash just so that way they could see the trailer?
Don't get me wrong. Because that trailer is going to be in front of the movie, there's going to be more people watching that movie because of the trailer.
That's what 100%. I'm saying.
So that's
pretty good marketing scheme around that, to be honest. But can you imagine they released it with a stupid movie nobody wouldn't care?
It will be hilarious if they did the whole thing and then there's no trailer. Are we getting a trailer or a teaser?
Dude, I hope it's not a teaser because...
Don't get me wrong. There's been some Marvel teasers that have come out that they're trailer-like size. Because I remember when the Avengers were announced and the teaser came out, the teaser was actually really good, but it didn't...
There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people to see if we could become something more.
But like, it's just a teaser where you didn't even see Thanos or anything like that. It's like you just knew because the camera was just world building. It was just like all over the place type of thing. What the hell just happened?
The power went out. So let's go ahead and we're going to discuss just a quick housekeeping here. Just kind of, there's been an update again with Kevin Feige and Marvel and Disney's whole timeline thing. For now, what it's looking like for release dates, they have shortened their movie span from a lot of movies. I don't even remember what it was, but they had a lot of movies.
8 movies almost.
They shortened down to 3 movies and a TV show coming out within the next 2 years.
So also you said? Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity, which I think is actually the right step in the step in the right direction.
Yeah, the thing about it was that we've spoken about this in the past. It's like once the 10 years of Marvel ended, I still feel that Marvel just dipped.
I think
like,
so too.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that some of the movies were not great. I mean, there were some really decent movies. I mean, we had Deadpool, Wolverine that came out. That was actually pretty good, even though it didn't really pertain to much to an extent. Sure. It's a pretty good standalone film. But the thing about it was like, once Thanos was killed and everything was said and done, everything afterwards just became more of a let me put stuff out because they expect us to put stuff out.
Yeah, they expect us to. They're basically trying to run off of the Endgame success and try to hone in because people are going to come to see a Marvel movie regardless.
Exactly. If you're a fan, you're going to go watch it. Even though sometimes you might not agree with what you're watching, like you'll watch some superhero that you just hate, but you still watch just to see if there's a teaser or extra scene at the very end that might pertain to something you actually enjoy. You know? But it is, at least to my opinion, I do feel that the MCU right now, it's a little bit of life support right now. If Spider-Man and Doomsday don't perform as well, I really do think it's like it's the end.
Dude, if Doomsday and Spider-Man do, like you said, it will be the end of Marvel. Like, I think they'll cancel Secret Wars. They might still do it. They might
cancel it because, I mean, there's millions and millions of dollars invested into it. It's a massive company. It's owned by Disney, but it's very hard to see either or movie not be as successful for them to actually think of going further.
No, I agree.
Avengers, was it Secret Wars, right?
Yeah. I think where they fall short is them trying to introduce way too much all at once, and they were trying to tackle this whole multiverse saga, the last 4, phase 4 and 5. They were, and there's too many storylines just kind of now spread apart. It's kind of like when Loki, where he basically destroyed the sacred timeline, and just kind of things started spreading, and that's kind of how I feel like how Marvel was going with all their movies. It's just it's very hard to pinpoint where exactly they're trying to traject to, and I think that's what was a lot of people's worries was with this upcoming Avengers movie. Is like with most big Avengers like movie where they get together as a group, everything gets tied in like a pretty little ribbon, like with Endgame and Infinity War. Everything was, all your questions were answered. Maybe there was a couple here and there that weren't answered, but a lot of them, they were answered, and they were all bundled up in this nice little gift that we got, which was amazing. But now with this multiverse situation, it's just the fact that they have so much out there now, and it was quantity over quality. How are we going to tie that in? And that's kind of what we're going to talk a little bit about today.
I don't know. I think they went a little too deep into the multiverse. The thing about it is, like, I felt like the multiverse was more of a scapegoat to have them do anything, you know?
The freedom of like creation.
There's a few movies that you delete them completely, and it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, at all. It doesn't hurt the story or anything.
There's nothing new that adds to it, and that's what a lot of people expected, like some kind of like storyline. Even though you could still have some films are to themselves, but it almost always ties in at the end. You have like the after credit scene, and all of a sudden you're like,
oh yeah, the after credit scenes,
right?
Do you remember when they used to mean something from most of the movies?
That's the thing. It's like nowadays, like the last few movies, it's like they'll have an after credit, but like it's just for the movie itself. You know, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Nobody cares. You know, like the most famous one with the Avengers when they're just eating shawarma. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I want to know what's next. You know?
I love how that everyone teases like such a great after credits scene. It was just them eating shawarma.
Yeah, I was like,
everyone's quiet. It's just that awkward moment, you know.
Right. So, I don't know.
We'll see. Going back to originally thought was basically the upcoming timeline. What we have is going to be Wonder Man. I don't know. I don't really not familiar with Wonder Man.
I have no idea what Wonder Man is. I know there's a trailer out.
Yeah. And supposedly it kind of ties into the MCU, kind of. I don't really know. And, you know, obviously don't quote me. I'm not wrong. But I think he has something to do with the
Wonder
future. Woman. Yeah, no. And then we got Spider-Man, Brand New Day that comes out supposedly July 31st, 2026. And then we got Avengers Doomsday in 2027 of December 18th, 2026. And then the next year after that, we got Avengers Secret Wars 2027. The funniest part about all that, you can probably switch the slides here. There's no movie between... we did between Infinity War and Endgame, we got Black Widow.
I don't really remember.
Yeah, we got Black Widow between Infinity War and Endgame, I believe.
The only thing I do remember about that movie was the CGI.
Let's not talk about that. Okay.
Jumping from the explosion.
Everybody makes fun of that. Whatever. It is what it is. But this is basically going to happen to where Avengers Doomsday, and then it's going to be Avengers Secret Wars.
Yeah,
and there's
so
a huge space.
A year
to speculate of nothing. Yeah,
that we know of. We never know if Disney's just gonna be like new show.
Yeah, supposedly Vision Quest.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be with the Young Avengers supposedly, and the White Vision's gonna basically be the mentor to them essentially. Supposedly, hopefully, you know, we might get something to kind of quench our thirst in the meantime. They have What If they can do. That's pretty good series.
I think What If will be the easiest, fastest thing for them to produce since it's just animated.
Yeah.
Not that it's easy to do, but it's not pertaining to anything, and they could do pretty much any story. I mean, you just had like zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was pretty good actually. I like that. That was actually really good. I like the animation and stuff, and it's really easy for them to push that out. But for now, since we are leading, like I said, up to phase 6 of the Marvel Universe, we're going to do a quick, I guess, ranking of the previous phases. And as a reminder, this is what basically showed. We had Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Marvel's Captain America, Brave New World, and the Thunderbolts. Or the New Avengers. And then as far as the TV shows goes, we had the Secret Invasion series, Loki Season 2, which was great. What If series was okay. Agatha All Along, and then Daredevil Born Again. Now, these are all part of Phase 5.
Yep.
I can't really speculate where those go. I think this is what you were talking about, where it's filler.
It does feel like a filler. It's just enough for...
Minus a couple ones.
Whoever is a fan has something.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be something they want, but it's something.
And I think there's a couple that do matter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Secret Invasion really matters. Loki season 2 definitely matters. You know, he's the god of stories now. Spoiler. I mean, you had enough time.
What If doesn't really.
What If it's just separate? Yeah, no, those are just separate anthologies to that. Agatha All
was by itself.
Well, kind of, because they introduced Wiccan, which is Wanda's kid. If you haven't watched it,
I did.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
But that's going to be part of Vision Quest because he's now a young Avenger.
Again, this feels like a filler.
Yeah,
it's like the ones that you have to watch, but you don't want to watch.
Yeah, so. Thunderbolts is going to be big because they introduced their thing where they saw, spoiler alert, in the end credits, they see the Fantastic Four ship flying through the space.
Yeah, but we already saw Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said spoiler alert. I mean, there's people who still haven't watched it. It took me a while to watch it.
That sucks. This video is full of spoilers, by the way.
Thanos
dies.
I did not like Phase 5. It was not my favorite. No. There was a couple standout movies that I really, really enjoyed, but Phase 5 for me was not the greatest.
The only movie I really enjoyed from that phase was Guardians. The most, at least to me. Because I'm a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really. I liked Thunderbolts quite a bit.
I also enjoyed the Thunderbolts, but I felt like the Thunderbolts was more of a comedy-ish.
Granted, you have to understand they're kind of like the Suicide Squad, where they're not the main characters. But that's what made it so great, because they're not main characters; they're side characters.
They don't really have any really superpowers, with the exception of 1 or 2.
I guarantee they're going to get killed off in Doomsday.
My thing was just like going up against Void of all things. I mean, whoever is a fan out there of what Void can do, I mean, it just.
Well, he is. He's on the level of Wanda Maximoff, where
he's a monster.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, super, super powerful. And then you're looking at this person that just has a gun. You know, like he literally just like flicked them into the void, pretty much, right? You have a whole bunch of soldiers, a whole bunch of people, all with the same amount of level of like guns. Yes, you have like what's her name? That's the sister.
Dude, they didn't really fight in that movie much, did they, at all?
No, that's the thing. They can't fight a monster. Void didn't care.
Yeah, no. Void is a beast, and he can destroy anything.
And he has Sentry.
Yeah, right? Which is also basically Superman.
We have to understand that Sentry, it's a god.
Yeah, he's a god.
I mean, he literally is a god. I mean, he's had the power of 1,000 or 1,000,000 suns.
I did like his quote. He says like, "Oh my God, why should I listen to you?" That was just like this. I was like, oh.
Like, what can't he do?
I mean, but it was okay. Okay, but we're not talking about Thunderbolts. Let's continue on.
Yeah, overall, I still think like the entire phase, to me, it
was mid-tier. Definitely.
Yeah, it was mid. So I would say like a 5 out of 10.
It's perfectly in a 5. There were some that brought it up a little bit, and then there's a lot that brought it down.
It did. Like, I actually enjoyed the comedy from Ant-Man as a total, like part 1, part 2, and part 3. I just didn't care to watch part 3. And again, I watched it because I was a fan. Now I'm on, again, like I said, I'm close to life support with Marvel, but
and it ended the same way as most of these is a fist fight. Have you noticed that actually?
Yeah, like
these powerful beings are actually going down by fist fights and stuff. And anyways,
at least it wasn't a dance off.
Just go ahead, Ez. That was not expected. I did enjoy that part though. That was pretty funny. So, but does it actually make sense, this last 2 phases of movies and shows to come out?
No, man. Like, if they did Infinity War and Endgame, right? They could have kind of let it just mellow out for a while. Maybe just have TV shows instead of movies. But they just watered down the movies so much with everything that they threw that... Again, it turned people off from the masterpiece that they created for the first 10 years. So if they would have just left some kind of a teaser, let's say, what was it? What's a good movie? Like they could have added like Thunderbolts, right? That could have come out a year or two after Thanos died. And they could have tied that in to, Fantastic Four. And then Fantastic Four would have tied, like it did, to Doomsday. Just 2-3 films. That's it. And that would have been so much better than what they actually did.
Yeah.
But
there's ways you can kind of put it together. And that's kind of how my theory at the end will it'll tie in a lot of stuff. Not everything, especially the ones we talked about, how it's like kind of like low tier, like doesn't matter if it exists or not in the world. Especially their side stories, it won't matter too much. But there's interesting things, obviously, with the allegations and everything with the Jonathan Majors and everything. They decided to switch off and go without Kang. Originally, the plan was supposed to be with Kang. He was supposed to be the big bad. Feige came out and he said it was not big enough. And it makes sense. But Kang is a pretty big character overall.
He is, but he's also very multiverse character, and they're trying to kill off the multiverse.
Yeah. And there's a theory, and I think with the plan they were originally going, right? So this is their plan, but then something happens, and then they're like, okay, we actually don't like that, the way it's going. People are thinking it's going kind of all over the place, but hear me out. There's actually a way they could fix it, and I think that also my theory can fix it as well. And I just remembered, actually, as we were talking, something very interesting. Do you remember the time in Loki season 1 where Kang was talking with Loki and he said, he had this weird moment where he's like, oh, it's like now things are about to change. A lot of people were speculating, oh, that's when Wanda Maximoff finally learned her true powers or whatever, became a Scarlet Witch. I just remembered. That was when Loki went, remember, because it was in the timeline where Loki kind of was getting arrested and everything. So the events of Endgame still have not yet happened. I think that time where he sparked up his, it's like he got a little interested or whatever, was when Tony Stark discovered time travel. Discovering time travel allowed everything to split. That was the point in time, I think, that changed everything, is when he discovered time travel, and that's when the multiverse basically happened. Right? Because now incursions can actually happen because time travel was discovered. People can go back. And I think that's how Kang obviously used that technology that was discovered by Tony Stark to travel back and forth through time. And that's when he was going through, because remember, Tony Stark used Shrunk to go through time. Right? And what technology in Quantumania does Kang use? The same technology that was used by Tony Stark to go back in time. He was going through the Quantumania. Right? Make sense, kind of?
A little bit.
That kind of ties into kind of what my theory is. Now, do you have my theory on your phone? I sent it to you. Okay. That's just a little bit of a tidbit, but I have something that I can theorize about Doom and how he ties everything all together, all the way from phase 1, even.
All right, so this is theory time.
This is theory time.
All right, here you go. Theory time. So I have never heard this. According to him, this is going to blow my mind in such a way that it's going to be the theory.
Okay, hold on. Now that you're saying it, it's going to blow your mind. You're putting a lot of stress on
I'm just saying.
All right.
I've seen and heard thousands of theories this past, year?
You may have heard, I think, what sucks is somebody actually mentioned the theory recently, and I think they actually honestly grabbed it from because I sent a long comment to one of the new, I think it was New Rockstars, Colton. He does theories too for New Rockstars, and I left this long comment, and then a few weeks later, I don't know if he took it from me or whatever, but his theory was pretty close to mine. Granted, it had some changes here and there, but
then again, if it's the same thing, we could time travel to find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Timeline.
So, considering that Phase 5 has now wrapped and fully ended, the existence of the multiverse has something been building for years, obviously, with the MCU.
Right.
Granted, some of this...
Why do you keep pushing the fucking phone, bro?
Dude, I'm not used to the button right there. Okay. Some of this will be kind of scripted. But I'm going to try to say this cohesively as possible. There is a long-standing theory that because we know that Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. So several key factors here. Right, there is there is a standing theory that the Tony Stark that we had in the MCU is not Tony Stark. He was actually an adopted son by the Starks.
But that's a theory.
It's a theory, but a lot of it actually makes a lot of sense, especially with what I'm going to be mentioning.
So your theory is off a theory.
It's yeah.
Okay.
But it kind of makes a lot of sense though. All right. Because when he does go back in time, considering Tony Stark, Iron Man, is super, super smart. He's a magician with numbers, obviously. He can invent time travel. When he went back in time to his father to go collect the Space Stone, I believe.
Yes, whatever stone.
Yeah, whatever stone. He ran into his dad. His dad had flowers, and he's like, oh, what's that for? And the dad goes, oh, that's for my pregnant wife.
Yeah.
The face that you see on Tony Stark was very perplexed. He was very confused slightly. He's like, huh. No, that was a face of like, okay, because something's not adding up.
What do you mean?
The fact is that his time of how old he is, his birthday is not matching up with when she's basically when she's pregnant and being, conceiving him.
Interesting.
So the theory is he was adopted, something happened, the baby died in labor or something, and they wanted a kid. They were so heartbroken, so they went to adopt a baby, and they adopted him from, what's that? Where did he, Latvia or something like that? Latveria is where Tony Stark was born.
Sure.
Or Victor Von Doom was born, more or less. So this is why 616 is so different, is because they didn't have a Victor Von Doom. They had a Tony Stark Iron Man that was Victor Von Doom.
Keep on. Okay.
So we were introduced. Then we were introduced to several new key components and key characters. And this was all actually in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Okay. So now remember, in Multiverse of Madness, you get introduced to America Chavez.
Yes.
And then the concept of dream walking.
Right.
Okay, so, and the incursions as well. So when two things kind of intermingle, it can create an incursion.
Right.
Now we see in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, when you see it, Strange being arrested, he's being arrested by what? Ultron bots.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So Ultron worked. They're the police of that world.
Okay.
You see the world's flourishing. You saw footage of them killing Thanos pretty easily.
Right.
Who do you not see in any of the footage?
I mean, a lot of people.
Who do you not see in the seat of the Illuminati? You do not see Iron Man. Tony Stark. You see his robots. He's a huge major hero.
Okay.
You don't see him there.
Right.
Why? Because that guy is Victor Von Doom.
Okay.
Right? So, with most characters, they kind of share the same dream. They kind of share the same... I think the Victor Von Doom in 838 had the same dream to basically build a suit of armor around the world.
Right.
When they defeated Thanos, I'm pretty sure they lost a lot of lives, but they killed Thanos at a sacrifice of a lot of people. So I'm thinking that he launched the whole project of keeping a... shield around the world to protect from outside in.
Okay.
What he was not expecting was to be destroyed from the inside out. the incursions. Doctor Strange came into 838, fucked up a lot of shit, and so did Wanda Maximoff. She literally killed off the whole Illuminati.
Yeah.
You would think that doing something like that could throw off the balance of the entire universe.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That, and you still did not see you still have not seen Iron Man nor Victor Von Doom show up even in that fight.
Right.
People die. Wanda just escapes back to 616. So do America Chavez and Doctor Strange. Because America Chavez's powers, if you don't remember, she can traverse multi-dimensional and universes at a whim. Well, she can control it now, probably. And that doing that Wanda did caused an incursion on the world that Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom of 838 to destroy that universe, right?
Okay.
He's the only one left alive. Now, keep in mind, he has the same dreams because remember what they said is when you dream, you're dreaming into other people's, your other past or
other realities. Right.
Other realities. Okay. Remember that dream that Tony Stark had back in Age of Ultron?
Okay.
Where he basically saw a bunch of dead people in space. People are always saying, "Oh, that's Endgame. That's Endgame," and all that other stuff. No. That was 838's world after the incursion. Everybody died. He's left alone. He's pissed because he put this protective sphere around the world to protect the people of the world because he's probably a very good guy. But he just went rage because his world was created by an incursion by Doctor Strange, by Wanda, and America Chavez. Right? His world was destroyed. Now, in the comics, this is one thing that some people might not know. Victor Von Doom, he is a sorcerer.
Yeah.
I believe some cases he was Sorcerer Supreme, but he's a very powerful sorcerer.
Oh, he is, yeah.
But he's also the smarts of Iron Man. The two of them combined. He learned that basically Wanda dreamwalked. He learned that America Chavez has the powers of multiversal travel. And he also knows about the existence of Franklin Richards. Why? Because in 838, John Krasinski, who played Fantastic Four, he did say he has a family. He has kids. Wanda asked him, "Do you have kids of your own?" He says, "Yes, I do." Then she made him spaghetti.
That's true.
But now, Iron Man's, Victor Von Doom in 838 sets forth a plan. He's pissed. He lost his whole universe. There's nothing he can do to get it back. Nothing. Everyone's lost. So what's he do? He goes on this revenge plot. He goes crazy, mad with rage, because you know how Iron Man is. He's very, very hateful, and he can be, prideful, I guess.
Prideful. No, he's not hateful.
Not hateful, but very prideful. So what he decides to do is he needs to find Franklin Richards. He needs to find America Chavez. And the way he does that is he learns to dreamwalk. Who does he dreamwalk into? Iron Man from 616. That's why he wears a mask. Because his face is all messed up from when he snapped his fingers at the end of an Endgame. He's dead. But remember, Doctor Strange was able to dreamwalk into Dead Strange.
That's true.
So now you have Iron Man coming back to life in the form of Victor Von Doom. He puts on his mask to cover his disformed face, but he's Iron Man. I don't know if he'll have the Infinity Stone powers because I don't think he did anything with those. No. Stephen Strange, he took them back to their timelines. So that doesn't exist. But he is Iron Man, still with sorcerer powers because he's a sorcerer. Anyone can learn sorcery. Remember in Doctor Strange, anybody can learn as long as they know how to hone into it. So he's now dreamwalked into the universe where he's dead, 616. He captures America Chavez, and remember, her powers are able to be stolen because Wanda tried stealing her powers. He successfully kills Chavez, steals her powers, uses that to open a rift to get Franklin Richards. Because Franklin Richards, what he can do is create universes at a whim.
The power of a god,
And this is the point where he puts everything into motion and he ties everything together. He starts to use his robots and the TVA because I think that so he basically goes and he creates the void.
Okay.
Where, Deadpool and Wolverine were fighting.
Yes.
He creates this universe and he starts to slowly pull in, using the power of the TVA, to pull in people from each timeline to fight in the void.
Okay.
Right? And this is his battle world. His cathedral that you see at Loki season 1 and 2, the big gigantic thing, that's going to be his throne.
Okay.
Right? So it's going to be him. This is basically that's how it's all going to tie in together. So everything that's kind of coming to a close, it's basically him. And then Franklin, Reed Richards and his team, because they talked about multiverse travel in his when he was doing the chalkboard, kind of like off camera. I think they're going to learn how to traverse using his ship to go through universe to universe, and they're gonna chase Victor Von Doom to 616 because that's where Victor Von Doom took Franklin Richards.
Okay. For what?
So basically, since the sacred timeline is 616, I think that's going to be like a beacon of all their universes. I think when Tony Stark created the looping timeline, that's when it started to create branches and stuff. And that's where Victor Von Doom will go to, because 616 is technically the sacred timeline.
Right.
So it's going to be the root of the tree. So he can open up branches and bring people into that world. And he can basically create a void of that world. So basically, he can probably destroy 616 and turn it into the void.
Okay.
And start bringing in people via that way. I feel like that would be pretty epic. I mean, that's most of my theory. Oh, and as far as Kang goes, because they did say that they're possibly going to bring back Kang in a few. Imagine this. The most famous comic book cover for Victor Von Doom is him ripping the spine off somebody.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
Check this out. Opening scene of Doomsday.
Okay.
It's dark, and then slowly... You remember that court for the Council of Kings?
Yes.
He's going to be there, and you're going to see a mountain of kings. Of dead kings.
Oh, that would be
then
pretty bad.
at the very top, Kang's holding... Victor Von Doom is holding the last Kang.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the most powerful Kang there. I think Supreme Kang or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he says something Kang-wise. And then he goes, rips his spine out, and you're going to see everything.
Okay.
And that's going to think his cameo is going to be that.
That's going to be it. All right.
Okay. So what do you have for me?
So this is your theory, right?
That's my theory.
All right.
I know it's kind of long.
Okay.
I try to make it as cohesive as possible, but I think there may have been some things I missed.
It has potential. Yeah, I can see it.
All right, ending video now. It was good, guys. Anyways.
We'll see you next time. Let's see. Because it has potential, yeah. Like, there's stuff in there that makes sense. The dream walking thing was pretty unique. Like, I didn't ever thought about something like that. So just to get it right, the actual Victor Von Doom that is still in the other universe,
838, yeah,
he dreamwalked into Tony Stark's dead body.
Yeah, 616,
and he just gets whatever powers he needs, and he just dresses up as Doom, pretty much, right? But what happened to the original one? Is he still back there?
Well, for most cases, I'm pretty sure like he'll come back. He just needs to get to that universe. Like I said, there's no way to get to another universe yet, probably.
I'm sure he'll figure it out.
I'm sure. But I feel like, because that's the only way he gets, unless it could be... He doesn't necessarily have to dreamwalk into Tony Stark from 616.
Yeah.
It's just because Doom is always known to have scars on his face. So it could be from the war, sorry to interrupt, but it could just be from battle wounds that he just has.
Yeah. I have heard something similar. I don't know if it might be that one guy who, read your post a while back, but
I don't know if it was.
So I did read a theory that was based on, an incursion that happened with Victor, where he lost his entire family, and he was very disfigured trying to save them, and that was his point in time where he was like, screw everything. I'm going to be the one who's going to control everything in order for excursions to happen at my whim when I want them. So pretty much become the god of everything,
I forgot to mention.
What?
Sorry. You just reminded me. This is back to my theory. Why he's doing the whole battle world. I forgot to say why he's doing the battle world, because there's a reason why he has to do the battle world. It's because the heroes and the villains were the ones that caused the incursion to happen.
Right.
He doesn't care about civilians or people like that.
No, I remember Secret Wars. I read some of it.
Yeah, but in the theory I forgot to mention is that Doctor Strange is a hero, Wanda is a hero, whatever, villain, whatever. But they caused it. He's mad at the heroes and villains, so he basically creates this void to where whoever wins in each universe, that's the deciding factor whose universe actually gets to survive. Everyone else's gets deleted.
Yeah.
So he controls one universe all by himself.
Yeah. So that was the gist of Secret War. They create the multiverses. They do the excursions. Everything gets messed up. They go into a battleground. They fight it out, and then we have one timeline.
Yeah.
So tying in what we spoke about earlier, I expected them to tie the movies into, like, I feel more like the multiverse is more of a filler, and then they're gonna have just that one timeline. I'm assuming they did multiverses in order to tie in the X-Men and stuff like that, to where now if everything is up in the same universe, then everybody will be together. So ongoing forward after Secret Wars, if there's any other movie, it will be just one timeline, no multiverse crap, but everyone who survives or still around is there.
Yeah.
So you have like the X-Men and then Marvel and everything, everybody else together battling whoever comes next, maybe Galactus comes from wherever they sent him in this last movie, right? But there's one thing that was added in Deadpool Wolverine, that might have a very big plot.
Okay.
And that is an anchor.
The anchor being?
Yes, because the way it seems is that if you are the anchor to that universe and you die, your universe is pretty much doomed. Even if it takes thousands of years, your universe will be deleted. And the TVA, what they do is like they just expedite it because, well, wait, hey, universe 4 is going to be deleted in 12,000 years, just delete it now. That's pretty much what the TVA does. So,
well, that was the Paradox's that was his thought process. And his team. I don't think that was the TVA itself.
Well, but they were doing stuff.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So ideally is 616 being the sacred timeline. 616 is already doomed, and it's up for destruction because we have to assume that Tony Stark was the anchor for 616, because we know Wolverine is for the other universe from whatever it is, but we also know or should assume Richard, whatever was his name, the kid, Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin Richards.
We're going to assume that Franklin is also an anchor, not his father. So ideally, the way that my mental theory was going on was that Doom is actually collecting
anchor beings
in order for him to control the multiverse 100%.
Oh, okay. I can see that. No, I get that. So you can have them basically battle each other.
Yeah, like they're literally if they don't exist, their universe don't exist. So ideally, once they get to Battlegrounds, it should be the anchor beam to every universe. That includes, I mean, it don't matter if you're good or bad, like you're gonna get there. That's why Secret Wars is Secret Wars, because Doom is just sitting in his throne watching them go at it. The thing about it was like through the actual Secret War, there was I forgot the name of the entities, the sovereigns or whatever it was. Like the higher beings were the ones who created the entire multiverse bullshit.
Oh, the sovereigns.
Yeah, and then I forgot the name. I think it is the sovereigns. And then Doom found that out, and he's like, "Oh my god," because there's a lot of situations where Doom is the misunderstood hero, because he's not bad, but he's not good under circumstances, because there's a lot of different stuff out there. So I'm wondering if this movie that we're gonna get now, Avengers Doomsday, it has to be a Doom movie, because it's literally titled after him.
Yeah.
So similar to when Infinity War came out, and Endgame, a lot of people didn't expect Thanos to be on it as much as he was. They expected him to be just the usual bad guy. Hey, he's getting 5 minutes at the beginning, big battle at the end. But Thanos was consistent through the movie. It made it a bad guy movie, if you want to call it like that. But Thanos, again, he has his own understanding of the universe, what he wanted to accomplish. And even though a lot of people saw it as really horrible, I mean, he had a good idea. It just meant death for a lot of people.
Yeah, no.
But for Doom himself, I feel more like he's going for...
I think I kind of see what you're trying to say. So Doom is trying to remember, his original goal is to create a shield around the Earth, right? To protect Earth, right? To protect the people, protect the universe. So if he can control who dies and who gets excursions, that way incursions never have to happen.
He wants to control the multiverse.
Yeah.
That's it. Because if he controls the multiverse, he could just make it... Did? What he wanted to accomplish. Yeah, but what I believe Doom wants to do is he wants to destroy the multiverse completely.
Yeah, get it back
and
to
just get
one
timeline. You live here or you don't, and that's how Secret Wars should end. Just one timeline. Everybody's here or nobody at all.
I'm wondering if he's going to also go back to kind of, he self-sacrifices himself at the very end of Secret Wars. He says he realizes that he is the actual problem of every multiverse. So if he doesn't kill himself, but if he sacrifices himself, the multiverse is done. There's going to be no more incursions, because he is the initial core problem of it all.
He's it. Right?
He is.
Yeah, because you have to think about how big of an enemy, you're going to say, that is Doom, to where he's good, right, to an extent. So killing him off by somebody just killing him, it would just seem weird, right? So someone like that is probably not going to be killed. So a sacrifice, when, let's say, Reed Richards just talks to him like, hey, listen, you're the idiot. This can all go away if you jump into that lava, some shit like that.
Yeah, I get it.
Put a bullet in your head, blow up, go over there and do something weird. Maybe something like that will be to the extent where, hey, let's just do what Doctor Strange did to Spider-Man. You know what? If you kill yourself, you erase everybody's memory. You have one universe, no multiverse. Everybody goes back to living their happy life. Go. And then all of a sudden we'll get like one timeline, and I don't know if this will ever happen, but we already have, Tony Stark, so it's there, like the actor at least is like, oh, maybe they just go back to how Avengers was at the very beginning. Maybe it ends with Tony Stark becoming Tony Stark again, or like Iron Man.
Yeah,
it ends with that, like, oh shit, cool, we did a whole circle, that it could repeat itself if something weird happens, but that's good. I do like the dream walking thing.
I guess
that's
it makes
actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but I think that you more or less, I mean, there's no point for him to really, unless you can learn how to, multi-dimensional
The thing is that you
travel.
also have to remember, he's very smart.
Yeah.
I mean, if Tony did it, he can do it, you know? And we also have to realize that, you know...
Well, Tony didn't go travel to different universes. He just traveled back in time.
True, but that could be like, you know, an end to something like that.
Yeah.
And keeping in mind, also based on what it is, like, we're not very technological advanced, and where Dr. Doom lives, that's a very advanced civilization.
So like 838's universe, I think that's where we're gonna get the Victor Von Doom. I think it will be an incursion on that side.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, I hope Doom, like the movie itself, it's mostly for him. You know, because yes, we are going to see obviously our heroes going through whatever bullshit. Yeah. We're gonna see Fantastic Four coming in and you say this is happening and everything's here. Where's my son? You know, stuff like that. But like, I want it to be portrayed kind of like they did to Thanos, because they did Thanos justice. Now we saw why, and we knew the how. You know, like everything was very well explained to an extent. Yeah. Right? Because right now we just have absolutely no info as to what's going to happen with this one character that he's just being built for one initial movie and then Secret Wars. Because that's what Thanos has. He had time. You know, he was teased through the years.
Throughout,
big appearance.
Well,
tease. Big appearance.
That's kind of what people are also speculating is, like, if you go back and watch it, I think they may have tied into saying we've been watching Doom all along.
It could.
So, like, when we get exposed to Doom, I'm pretty sure they'll do some sort of weird, like...
They'll have some weird flashbacks for sure.
Something along the lines of like that.
Because I did hear not too long ago that the MCU knows that the last year or so has not been good, because they pour billions of dollars and they're barely breaking even. You know.
Yeah.
So if they pour their hearts out to make Doom a really good character, obviously they're paying, you know, Robert Downey Jr. a ton of money to play this character. So we're going to assume it's going to be a good role, because regardless of anyone who says out there, RDJ is actually a very awesome actor. Like, he has talent.
Yeah,
and he could play any role, you know? Like, we're seeing Tropic Thunder. So
picture.
Yeah, exactly. So like he could play any role. So I'm assuming that this is gonna be This is gonna be a good movie.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna definitely bring it, because Kevin Feige, his original plan was to always have Robert Downey Jr. play Doom.
Nice.
Before he was even ever Iron Man. Well, not believe, but it is confirmed by Feige that Doom was supposed to be played by Robert Downey Jr. and he always wanted to do it.
Yeah,
he had the idea in the back of his head all along when he was making these movies that, hey, I want RDJ to play Doom. Yeah, but how can we do that if he's playing Iron Man? But I feel like that's a great way to tie everything together.
Right.
You know,
again,
either dreamwalking or he's just a variant of Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's another thing that's very possible. He's just a variant. Like, it really doesn't have to do anything with our universe. He was just the victim of an incursion.
Yeah.
I think they're going to play it out like that.
I feel like it's the
only incursion happened. He had major losses, whatever happened. And then he's just out there bloodthirsty, not revengeful to where he just wants to kill people, but more like fix the problem no matter what.
Yeah, he's that kind of a guy.
Yeah, so if I have to destroy this universe and kill 1 trillion people, but it's gonna fix it, I'm gonna kill 1 trillion people.
And that's what his whole that program from Winter Soldier. Remember when he built those ships? Well, he did. It was not explicitly him, but it was like he provided the blueprints basically for the giant sentry ships to basically kill threats before they even happen.
Right,
essentially, that could have been the problem. I mean, the situation, but it's the same with Iron. He always has to tinker and fix things.
Yeah, that was his
thing. I think that is translated through every Victor Von Doom variant that there is.
Right.
So
cool. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, it's just something that we just have to wait.
Fun.
The good thing is we only have to wait a month for a trailer. So We'll be back for that trailer, and we're also gonna watch it with you guys. We'll do the reaction
before we. I guess we could talk about it later, but I was gonna say, what do we want to see mostly in the movie? And this is off of no more theories whatsoever.
Like the actual movie itself. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier,
who do you want to see?
I want the movie to be based on him.
Yeah.
I don't care if we play like the first half hour of just what. You know, I want to see the what and then the why. Yeah. You know, because I'm sure it's probably going to happen to where we're going to go into this movie with stuff already happened. You know, like if you remember when Thanos comes out, like was Infinity War, whatever it was.
Yeah, he killed a bunch of people already.
It's just already killing people on the ship, and then he kills Loki, and then, you know, he slaps Thor. Like it's already happening. It's like, oh, okay, he already has a stone, you know? Like, I wanted to see what happened to that planet where that red stone was from Guardians.
Guardians.
You know, it's like, how did he get it? Did he just go over there and destroy everything?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it already happened. But I want to see the story. I want them to be developed a little bit further. You know, I just don't want it to just go into it, which is probably what's going to happen, like that the movie moves along, because I'm assuming the movie's going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes, maybe 3 hours.
I want it to be 3 because you can't get enough of that.
Right, but it gets to the extent where I would like to see it, you know, because it's going to be great action. It's going to be I just want character development. Yeah. So the thing is, like, if you're going to go watch this movie, you know what it is. You know who Doom is. You know more or less what the story is going to convey if you read the comics. You know, by the time we watch the trailer, we can already have an idea. Yeah. So once the trailer comes out in literally a month from now, every theory out there, or like 99% of them, are gone. You know, it's like, oh, you have a trailer.
I think there still will be a lot of theories. Because,
I know for sure.
You know, if it's more likely, it's going to be just a teaser.
I hope.
And they're going to do probably 4 or 5. I'm thinking they're going to do 4 different trailer variations, 1 teaser and 4 different full-on length trailers.
For sure, we have a year.
I do hope they don't do the whole movie like they do a lot of the times. I want, you know how like a lot of times you just watch a trailer, like, okay, so I basically watched the movie. Yeah. I hope they leave a lot of speculation.
Yes.
1, theories and speculation drive sales because people are curious as heck.
Of course.
They wanna know all the deepest secrets. So it's like, what was that? What did I just see?
They just have to like pinpoint every little detail.
Yeah.
You know, which we'll probably do that to a trailer a few times when we watch it for sure.
I'm definitely, we're not prone to do breakdowns, but I feel like we could. I'm gonna do a breakdown. I'm a nerd. I watch every breakdown. Well, I don't want to spoil to myself too much because when I start listening to theories, I go off on a tangent and I just sit here watching videos. Yes. That's besides the point, but I still want to maybe just do a slight breakdown and just kind of see what we go over.
We'll do our own style breakdown.
We're not like super. This Easter egg is from this comic.
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that
crazy like that. We're doing it from just 2 average fans.
We're fans.
You know, just your average Joe.
Yeah.
Literally what we see is what you're going to see, but we just
which is why some of the information we say is definitely not correct in any sort of a way. We are just always just having fun, having a conversation with you guys.
We are talking.
And this is all it has been. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us with Rewind and Respawn, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.
Like and subscribe.